Hello, hello. Welcome back to our Hope Community HOPEcast. I'm your host, Tree, and today is another session of Yap With Us. Here we have Go Hao and
Christina.
welcome, welcome. This is one of my favorite sessions when we just have
No script.
no script, when we just kind of go on what is in our mind. So, how's everyone doing?
I'm good. How
Good.
about you, Christina?
I'm doing great. Yeah.
Good, Christina. Anything fun over the weekend?
Over the weekend,
Or what have you been doing lately? That's fun.
I quit my other job.
Okay. So that means we gotta see you more often.
Yeah.
Good. And where did you work before?
My second job, I was an early morning stalker at Mitsuwa.
Okay. What am Missoula? Oh, Missoula in Costa Mesa.
Oh no, I worked at the Irvine location.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. How was your weekend, Koha?
I always busy with my house chores, even though we have only like two people living at home. But I still have a big garden to care of, and summertime. So I have the outside patio all the time.
That's good. And with all the rain lately, is your garden like mine really?
Oh,
All the
yes,
grass
all the
everywhere?
grass, and then no, actually, I have the maintenance like every week.
Oh, okay.
So
Good.
I don't have to do anything. But in the back, because all the plants are plants in the pots. So and then it's like most of the time it's like a bonsai thing.
Okay.
So I have to take care of that a lot.
Okay.
So it's blooming. The flowers are blooming. It's so beautiful. Just looking through the window. It's beautiful.
Wait, you say something interesting. You like bonsai? Because I love bonsai. Do you-
It's not my thing.
Uh-huh.
That's my husband, and
Uh-huh.
he teach me a lot.
Okay.
So now it's just like everything, just do whatever he taught me already. So it's just like a maintenance, actually.
Awesome.
Because everything
Awesome.
is in place.
Yeah.
I should show you guys the bonsai that we have. All the bougainvillea, and I don't know the jade, or the trunk is
The
like
jade. Yeah.
jade tree. It's just
yeah.
like that big.
Yeah.
That big.
Yeah.
It's in the pot. It's so interesting that all the trees we have is about like at least 20 years old.
Oh my goodness! I would love to go see because I just picked up bonsai
Uh-huh.
and I bougainvillea and all these type of bonsai. I really liked it, but I guess bonsai is it's an interesting thing because it requires time, right?
Patience.
Patience and time,
Time.
and that's something that as a new father I would like to practice more on. And bonsai I think is the best because Christina, bonsai is pretty much imagine
an
a
art.
big tree, right? But it's a miniature version of the tree. So some bonsai you see can be like this small, but it's like 10, 15 years old,
Wow.
Yeah.
right? And to establish that, you can't, just like I use the analogy, it's just like a child, like being in the womb, right? No matter how much time how eager you want to meet your child, you have to wait at least
Wow.
9
9
months,
months
right?
later.
And to be, or if you're planting a carrot, you plant it today, it doesn't mean you can come out and like, hey, tomorrow is it done yet? You pull it up and like, no, it will die. So bonsai taught me a lot about patience, about
Patience.
waiting and just care for it and perseverance on the caring part. So that's really cool.
And it's an art too, because the way that you bend your branch to which direction that you look, it look good, at the end. So it's not like it's just like you plan and you just leave it. No, it's just, it's a lot of work. It's just like that.
Speaking of patience, since we touched on that subject, this is why I love about the Yap With Me session, because we say something and then things just pop in our mind and we would flow with it. When we talk about patience, Christina, like how patience, how is patience important to you in your line of in your hobby, as in your archery competitor, right? How is patience and how is calmness important for your hobby?
I like to say that for archery, it's very time consuming. Like you have to be really patient to see results, So it's like you could practice every single day, but you won't see results right away, especially with your form. For example, like I always tell new archers that they need to work on their form first before seeing results, you know. And it's like, it's frustrating because it's like you could still be shooting low scores while your form is improving, but once you get your form down, like later on, then you see your scores shoot up, you know.
I see.
And my first year as an archer, you know, I was practicing every single day for weeks and then months, and I was getting a little frustrated because, like, you know, my friends were starting out the same time I was, but they were over here shooting really high scores, and I didn't understand why, even though I was practicing more than them and everything. And then once we fixed one really small issue in my skills, everything clicked into place. I was shooting X's and 10s
That's
right
cool.
away.
That's
And that's because I've spent so long working on my form. But it's like I didn't see the results right away. But that's only because I just missed one tiny little skill, you know? But
Right.
because I was so patient on working on my form for months, once we fixed that small technical issue,
Yeah.
the results paid off, you know?
Right. Right. Would you? How would you agree? That's a definitely a example of patience.
Yes.
Right. Because then
How about your turn, G? Because now you have two small children.
right. Right.
You need a lot of patience, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely. Huh?
For me, when to practice my patience is also during meditation time or during the care for the bonsai.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you know, this is not the first time that I picked up bonsai. I picked up bonsai 3-4 years ago.
Okay.
And at that time, I didn't have a house. I didn't have children.
Uh.
So at that time, you know, I wanted that nice form, that nice bonsai right away, right? So I would end up spending tons of money buying a pre-made bonsai.
Yeah.
And then, but if I didn't put any work into it, I didn't put any patience into it, any frustration into it, and then I was, oh, it's okay, it's gonna live. And then day after day, I start forgetting to take care of it,
Yeah.
and it dies. So thank you for asking me that, because then from 3-4 years ago until now, I have been in different stages of my life, right?
Right.
I no matter how much, like since now I have kids, no matter how much I want the kids to grow up to be mature, they can't because they're still kids. So teaching the kids and be patient with them is so crucial, because sometimes you think you teach your kid and you treat them like how you would treat another adult. You expect them to understand the first time that you know you show them something, or understand or expect them to understand you right away, but that's not the case. So bonsai really helped me with the base.
Bonsai.
Yeah.
Bonsai really
yeah.
help. Everything that you put into your work, so just need a lot of patience from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christina, besides, like, I know you practice all the time with archery. Like, besides, do you have any other hobbies that you do?
Nothing physical. I think archery is the only physical thing I've done for hobbies. Other than that, I like to paint. I used to play the flute for over 10 years. I listen to music. I'm very analytical when it comes to music, just because like I've had that background in music. I like listening to the instruments, seeing like the chord progression and all these things.
Okay.
I also really like lyricism, so I'm really passionate about what artists say in their music and the analogies they use and metaphors. And then I like watching TV. Other than that, like nothing too crazy.
Okay. Last time I mentioned you mentioned to me that like you like to go hiking as well.
Oh, no, I don't go hiking.
You don't go hiking? Okay. What about go hiking?
My hobby?
Yeah.
Shopping.
Shopping.
Window
Oh.
shopping.
I love shopping.
That's a good hobby.
Okay, actually, the window shopping.
Oh, only window shopping,
Window
okay.
shopping.
What do you window shop for?
Anything that's I just walk around. Just walk around and just look. Whatever. But into like a clothing, bags, shoes.
Okay.
That's my bad, very weak spot.
That makes you happy.
That make me
Okay.
happy. But actually, it's not like a. You have to buy right away because you know that your limit is like that, and especially just seeing that like a new things that make me happy. For example, like for the trend right now, like I said, oh my gosh, I have been that, done that, been there already. For example, the wide leg pant. I wear it all time since I was in Vietnam. Crop top, oh yeah, I wear it already.
Wait. You talking about the bell bottoms?
Bell bottom too,
Yeah, okay.
bell sleeves, hippie top. That's oh my God. When I
This
saw
is
it,
interesting. Okay, well,
that yeah, I did already. So
so you that was the fashion back in the I think fashion they bring it back every few decades
every
or so.
few
Right,
years or 10 years,
right. I
something
remember.
like that.
I think I'm starting to see baggy pants coming back. 'Cause that was my high school. High school, yeah. Now, and then we went to like super skinny jeans, right, Christina? And now like baggy pants is back.
Yeah, and now it's just like a wide leg. They call it wide leg.
Yeah.
In Vietnam, we call it pat elephant. It's just like the elephant legs, right? Because it's chunky.
Is
It's
that
big.
is that French?
It's French.
Okay, it's French influence. That's
Pat
cool.
elephant.
That's cool.
And then now I have it's like about 4 of them because I said I love that pants instead of the skinny.
Sure.
I don't like that much.
Yeah.
So now it's back. So I said, I have to get that. So I have 4 of them.
That's good.
What about you, Tree? Do you go hiking or do you shop?
No, I don't go hiking. I go. I do jujitsu. Like last time, that's my therapy. That's what the type of martial art that I do.
Yeah.
So when I go there, that's everything. Just no matter if you have any hardship at work or at home, when I go there, that 2 hours it's all
For yourself.
It's all for myself, and it's all for to me that's my therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds crazy, but you go in there, you get choked out by
Some stranger.
some stranger, but then strangely it makes all the problems seems really small because right now all I can worry about it's like not being choked out. So like the problem at work, the problem at home, all disappears. So that's my form of therapy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking about that, some kind of judo. So,
Yeah.
okay, this is for Hannah, my granddaughter. She just have a black belt.
Ooh.
From white to black, and she just passed that test. So, congrats, Hannah. Congrats for that. You're a black belt.
Awesome! Congratulations, Hannah.
Yeah.
Right, Hannah.
Hannah.
Hannah, congratulations. Black
Congratulations,
belt.
Hannah.
That's not an easy feat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 years, and then I think 5 years, and her dad said after 5 years and 500 classes.
Wow, that's amazing. That's not an easy feat. 6 years of commitment.
Yeah,
So,
6
congratulations again, Hannah. Speaking of shopping earlier, let me ask you, Kyle, are you an impulsive buyer?
Before, yes.
Okay.
Before, yes, totally impulsive. And then, actually, because maybe at that time, I work and I earn some money. So I said, I have some extra. And then, so I said, okay, this is good on me. And then at work, it's just, I'm so trendy, that's it. So they just, say, this lady, very interesting because she just dress up everything, and I love it too.
That's good.
So it's just
That's good. You were an impulsive buyer. What about you?
Yeah,
You are,
very
right?
impulsive.
Okay.
I love shopping.
That's good.
If you look at my apartment, you wouldn't be able to tell I had a partner because it's like 99% my stuff.
Okay.
but at least we have money.
Yeah.
But we don't spend too much though.
Right.
But now I just have to control myself, and I know how to control myself now. So
Well,
it's good.
I think that made 3 of us because I'm
You
super
too?
impulsive.
Oh my
gosh! So impulsive and also FOMO. You know what that means? FOMO. It's an acronym for fear of missing out. FOMO, right? I'm such a FOMO buyer because like sometimes they're you know when
Like
things
on
are,
sale?
yeah, when things are on sale, like um, 2 for 1, like
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah. You
So
can.
like Costco is such a dangerous place
Oh
for me to
my
go
God.
because like,
That exactly.
yeah, you know who have a you have Costco
Yeah,
experience,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
You go,
yeah.
I go in there for 2 carton of milk and I end up with like a $200 bill,
Yes.
stuff that I
We
will
don't need it.
probably like won't need for a long time. Yeah, but that's how they get you.
I
That's how
know.
Costco they base the whole business on that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's very,
yeah,
very tempting. Yeah.
that's good. Well, I have a question that popped up in my mind since I look at us three. We have Christina who's very young. She 24, and I'm kind of in between.
In between.
I was born in Vietnam. I lived there for a few years, and I have Go Hao who's our senior. So I have a question that maybe we can discuss about,
Right.
like, for me when I come here, right? And I still have some of the teaching of the way that we were born and raised in Vietnam,
Right.
right? You know, when you walk in the house, you're supposed to bow and you know, say hi, yeah, to, and stuff like that. And over here, I want to ask you, Sina, did your parents? You were born here, correct? Did your parents impose that tradition?
It's actually interesting. I don't think anyone from my region in Vietnam like had those like mannerisms like upon us. Like for example, like I didn't know that we like are supposed to bow to elders or anything just because like we don't do that in my house or any of my or any of my relatives' houses or like even in like Vietnam and stuff. We don't bow or say anything like that.
Okay.
And so it's until I started working here, I saw everyone doing it, and I was like, oh, I don't know what that is, you
Right.
know? Mhm.
Oh, that's so strange because you were from a very
With traditional
traditional region,
region, yeah.
like
It's
a
like our
way.
capital almost.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
And it's strange for me that in your family or back in Vietnam they don't do that kind of like a show respect
Right.
to the elderly.
Yeah, yeah,
That's strange, huh?
yeah, yeah. No
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, we just say hello, and that's it. We don't bow or anything.
Gotcha.
But do like this? You chắp chắp tay.
No, I think also because like from my region, especially like in my village, most of the people couldn't afford education.
Ah.
So a lot of people went to school up until they were like maybe like 10 to 12, and then they just stopped.
Okay.
Yeah, and so like a lot of my relatives and a lot of my family didn't have education, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure.
And then when you mentioned that when you start working here at whole community, you start seeing that, like, how does that make you feel? Like, is that like completely like strange, or it's like you want to learn more about it?
It is a little strange to be honest. Like I had to get used to it, and I felt disconnected in a way,
Okay.
because I went home and I was asking my mom. I was like, "Oh, how come we don't do that? And how come you didn't teach me?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, we just don't do that. Like
Gotcha.
I don't have like I didn't teach you because we don't do that."
Gotcha.
Or
Yeah.
stuff like saying like even like the proper what do you call it? Like like articles for older adults, for example. Like I never used the word goal until I started working here.
Ah, okay.
So like for all of my aunties, I always call them aw.
Okay.
That's like a
That's the
traditional.
region. That's a
Yeah,
region
the
thing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's because of the different region, but
Yeah,
is
yeah.
also go in that region.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like my parents, and they know the different words or the proper words for the other regions. They just didn't bother teaching me,
Yeah.
because they were like, "Oh, there's no point in teaching you." But I was like, "But we are not the majority region."
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
especially in like California.
Yeah.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But then that's just a question. But like when we're here, of course we're adapting to the
Yeah.
culture here, right? So I feel like that's not expected. But I want to ask you how this, right? Is there still an expectation for that? I know because you came here quite a long time ago, and you are very hip, as you say, as you said, right? So like, is that something that you would want you expect the new generation to have, or you something that you understand that, okay, hey, we're in a different country, we're in a different culture, so if they do it, it's good. If not, it's fine.
No, actually, I remember when I came here, I was only about 20. It's still
Right.
very young.
Right.
But, and then I think that in my family, because I have my mom, babysitting, my kids.
Okay.
So, and then they all learn, the manners and the respect, to the elders. So they knew how to to address with their bà. Like,
Okay.
chào bà, chẳng
Yeah.
hạn như vậy.
Yeah.
And then hay là chào cô, chào bác. But now they are growing up, they just say, but they still, address very, respectful, like, okay, chào cô Huy. It's not the auntie, but cô Huy, because of the way that they get used since they were kids.
Right.
So that's why I'm glad that like they still show like a some kind of Vietnamese manner, and for my grandkids too. That they still hi bà, they still call me bà.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I love that instead of grandma.
That's good. That's good.
But hi bà.
Yeah.
But and they love to hear about what's going on in Vietnam, or the way that we escaped from Vietnam by boat, or about their mom, Vietnam in her childhood in Vietnam. So it's still very interesting to them.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
So I'm glad.
But would you, speaking of that, would you get upset or get mad if, let's say, they have their friends over, right? Who might or might not be the same culture, and they just come in and they just go to the room. They didn't say hi. Would you take that as a sign of disrespect, or do you like, oh, I don't care?
Yeah, to me that's okay. But the thing, when they came over to my house, I always greet them first.
Good.
That
Okay.
different thing that maybe from other person, they say, oh, because they don't say hi to me, and then it's just like it's very disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
But to me, I always say hi.
Yeah.
So they know that they have to say hi back to me.
Yeah.
Or for example, I don't like to say, they should address me as Mr. and Mrs. Tran instead of calling me by first name. I
First
don't
name.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
at all.
Yeah. So that's something that is still instilled in my head, right? For example, if I sense that the person is older than me, I wouldn't call them by their name, either Mr. or Mrs.
Mrs.
or ma'am or sir.
Yeah.
It's funny, and when I do that to American people, they're like, "Were you in the military or something?" Like, don't call me ma'am, don't call me sir. I'm like,
Yeah.
sorry, sir.
Yeah.
That's just how
That's
I was raised, it's just automatic.
Yeah. Right.
So
right.
some people think I'm in military, but no, that's not the case. That's just how we were raised. So
Yeah, just like for another example that when my daughter get married, and so my son-in-law want to how to address me or my husband. So I said, oh, first, if you cannot call me mẹ or bố, just call me by Mr. and Mrs. Strand.
yeah,
But don't call me by first name. I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that's period. I set the rules.
yeah.
So now,
There's a line somewhere.
yeah.
There's a line somewhere.
So now my son-in-law said, "Oh, mẹ." He called me mẹ.
That's good.
So I like that. We just have to set the rule that if we don't like it, especially because we still have Vietnamese culture, right? So just let them know what we want.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. The next topic I want to ask about is the phrase hindsight is always 20/20.
Oh yeah, the vision.
Yeah, like no, hindsight is always 20/20, right? So that means looking back, you always have 20/20 vision.
Oh.
Okay, you heard of that phrase, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Christina, you heard of that phrase?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you have any example like in your experience that ring true to that statement? Like hindsight is always 20/20.
Do you have any examples?
I do, but you want me to share it first?
Yeah, sure.
Just
Okay.
share it first.
So hindsight 20/20 it's many example. For example, when I do this transaction for to purchase a home, right? And you have all this type of worries in your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go through it, and then it end up being a bad transaction. And then when you look back, you're like, that's what that
You can see
you can
where's
see
the
it
problem
clearly
more
when you
clear.
look back.
Right.
But at the moment, you were blinded by a certain reason, right? And so you kind of don't understand it or don't accept it that way. But when you look back, you're like, oh, that's why it's that. So that's an example of like hindsight. It's always 20/20. Do you have any example?
A lot.
Okay.
Go for it, Kohao.
That it's related of my work a lot.
Okay.
Because in accounting we have a lot of all I deal with numbers, right? Numbers. So that's many. And then when I work with a big company, we have a due date like every month end. We call it month end, and every quarter and at year end too. So the month end is just like you scramble everything, and you have a due date. You have only like 5 days to wrap up everything and then submit to headquarters. So for that, with a big company, even though you prepare, you make mistake already. And at that time, you didn't see it right away. Just like G said, the transaction, we didn't see it clearly. But only at home, when everything calmed down. And the thing is like when you go to sleep, before you go to sleep, you just say, why I cannot have the answer? Why can I have the clear answer of exact number that they want me to do it? Only right there. Only at that time you can see it. So that
Yeah.
you have to go back to see what's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I have a lot of that at my
That's
work.
awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
You thought of yours yet?
I feel like I don't have anything interesting to share for this example.
Okay.
The only thing I can come up with is friendships and relationships. It's like
That's great. That's great.
That's great too.
yeah, like for example, like I'm really big on setting boundaries. For example, so it's like looking back, like I would always stress out and make sure like things would go great for certain friends, and all these things. And I would always make sure that like they're having a good time, whether they can come out and all these things. But it's like, why am I wasting time why am I wasting time and energy for people who don't care to put in that same effort back? So it's like looking back, I probably wouldn't have stressed out so much about these things if I just knew what their true intentions were like later, you know.
That's a great example.
Yeah. But if like you can look back and then you can see, what the problem lies,
I
on
think-
that, right? So you can fix it.
I think looking back, because I'm so emotional and so passionate about everything that I do, I always want to put in 100%. But like looking back, I probably would not have stressed out so much about making all this effort for friendships that like ultimately didn't last for me,
Gotcha.
It's like ideally I would want these friendships to last, but it's like I shouldn't be hurting myself and like being so emotionally exhausted
Right.
for friendships that may or may not last,
Yeah.
It's like I shouldn't be putting in so much of my effort,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
great. No, that's a great example, and that's a very interesting example that us and a lot of our listener could relate to, and it's relationship, right? That's why thank you for mentioning that, because that's why like now that I look back, I'm 40 years old, and my circle of friends is getting smaller,
Smaller,
like
right?
smaller, like maybe kind of, by two hands, if that, right? And and you look back. That's why hindsight is always 2020, because you look back like, why did I waste my time on, doing all that, go out of our way, right?
Mm-hmm.
To go clubbing, go drink, and then nope, you don't talk to those friends again, right?
Yeah.
So
Ah,
so so those are just acquaintances. Those are not, your
Yeah.
best
not
friend.
Mm-hmm.
really
Yeah.
friendship, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
like back in high school, you're like, oh yeah, that's my best friend. That's my best friend. And then now,
Okay,
like,
okay.
where are those people, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So that's a great
okay.
example. So I hope
Mm-hmm.
our listener can also, use this question to ask yourself, like, what is an example of your hindsight is 2020
Especially in your
statement?
life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in your life.
Yeah. Awesome. Um, let's we coming to the end of our note, our session, but I want you to end it with a positive note, right? So let's ask a question. If money isn't a problem and you can travel to any place, your happy place, where would that be? Go ahead.
That for sure, Seattle. Where's my daughter, my son-in-law, my two grandkids, live up there.
Okay.
Because I don't have money, just go up there and then enjoy. Even though we don't talk a lot, but it's just seeing their faces. It's just it's worth it.
Okay.
So that's why you always say, "Oh, I go to Seattle for 2 weeks or 1 week,"
Okay.
something like that. But so that
So where your family is?
where's my family? But
Like you want to go, your happy place is where your
yes,
family is.
yeah, up there or around here because I still have my sister and my brother living around in Orange County. So, yeah.
How often does your kids and your grandkids visit?
It depends. So they will visit me this July for 2 weeks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So instead of I'm going up there, and then
Yeah.
they will fly down here,
Yeah.
the whole family.
And how often do you go up to Seattle?
Before, twice a year,
Nice.
at least twice. Yeah, twice a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully you get to. Well, July is coming up quick, so you get to see them.
Yeah.
And then, what's a good weather? Like, what's a good time to go to Seattle? Because I know it rains a lot there.
It rains a lot, so go to summer because it's beautiful.
Okay, so
You
around
guys
some.
should go, because it's sunny. Sometimes it's hot too,
Yeah.
but it's sunny and there's a lot of places that you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went to Seattle and we went to that the super
Market?
The market. Yeah.
Market,
Pike's-
Pike's
Place.
Pike's Place.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the seafood.
I love
there.
it.
And the flowers there were so
Oh.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beautiful peony bouquet.
Peony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now here it's like
No.
$10, $18 a stem over there. $10 for the whole
It's-
bouquet.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So
And then yeah, that flower is so beautiful.
awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So how about you guys? Go somewhere without a lot of money.
You can go first,
I
True.
can go first. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I'm a very family oriented. So anywhere with anywhere with my family, but preferably somewhere warm. I don't like.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
a snow person. I'm not. I'm
Me
not
too.
So somewhere in Europe, because we were fortunate enough to, my wife and I, we went to Spain,
Oh,
Spain, Italy,
Wow.
Paris, London. But the favorite place would have to be Spain or Italy. The sceneries are nice, the foods are great, and definitely would want to spend any time with our children, because traveling to me is such an eye opener. Right? Every time you travel, you get on a plane, you get in a hotel, a different country, it feels like you grow a little bit more, right? Mentally and like just knowledge wise of that
Yeah.
country, of yourself, of your family. Because I said, if you want to know a person well, either you live with them or you travel with them for a week or 2 weeks, that you know exactly how those people survive under pressure, or how they prepare for things, how messy they are,
How
you know,
fun,
how
you
fun
know,
they
how
are,
fun they
how fun
are.
they are, how not fun they are.
Exactly.
Right. So
Two sides.
yeah, two-sided. So that definitely that's a tip right there from Kohao. You get to understand two sides of a
Two
person. If they're really fun or if they're not, go travel somewhere with them. So
Okay, we talk about patience too.
yeah,
Patience.
patience.
Patience
Well,
again.
let's find out what Christina was. If money, let me repeat the question. This is for the listeners at home too. If money isn't a problem, where would be your happy place and where would you go?
I don't necessarily have a happy place.
Sure.
I haven't traveled enough of the world as much as I would want to, but I
Okay.
do want to travel a lot before I start working, because with my career field, I will not be traveling as much as I would like as a normal person. But, anywhere, I don't care. It'd be a city, it'd be like the snow, the beach, the mountains. I don't care.
Okay.
As long as I'm in like somewhere, I want to be in a nice hotel at least.
Yeah.
very nice hotel.
Right.
Like
right.
I want, like if I go to like fancy,
Not that fancy, but at least
No, no,
comfortable.
no, I want to be fancy.
Oh,
Like
really?
like
wanna be
if
fancy.
I was
Okay.
in if I was in like Singapore or like Bali
Yeah.
or like Japan, I want to be in a penthouse somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you mentioned Bali. Have you been to Bali?
No, I haven't been
No?
anywhere.
Okay.
Did
So
you? Gee.
that's where we had our honeymoon.
Oh.
And Bali is I left a piece of my heart in Bali because it's a pleasant surprise when I went to Bali. Super relaxed, and the people there are extremely nice. Yeah, and there's the sceneries, and the food isn't as
Excited. Huh?
exciting as Vietnam, right?
Uh-huh.
So food, I would grade it like 6 out of 10.
Oh.
But relaxation, scenery, and how much your dollar is worth over there.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
we splurged like a king, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so like everywhere we walk, or how you probably like this. Everywhere we walk, we would stop and like let's say have a $5 massage, hour massage.
Okay, I have to tell my
You
sister
should
to go
try.
to Bali.
Yeah. You go to Bali, and I'll hook you up with one of the driver that I know from there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get your own personal driver.
Good.
Everything is great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow, it's just like a luxury, trip.
it is.
Because you have,
it's-
your own driver.
yeah,
See?
yeah, your own driver.
See?
It
Oh.
doesn't cost that much. Like you like if I tell you, 9 days, 8 nights, hotel, free breakfast, flight for 2 people, how much would you come up in your head?
2,000?
4,000?
Yeah, about 2,000.
2,000.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't travel.
Yeah. So 2,000, and then like you bring like $500 US
To
dollars cash
spend?
with you, then you
Wow.
live like a king
Oh,
over there.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I have to tell my sister.
You should.
Next year.
You should. Well,
Wow.
anything else to share, Christina? Awesome. How? Anything else?
No, I'm happy.
That was a good
Good
Yap
zap.
session. We cover a lot of different stories, different
Yeah.
topic that that fits well for the generations that's listening, as well as congratulations, Hannah again on passing your black belt. That's
Black belt.
that's awesome.
Oh,
Awesome. You have an awesome grandma here, by the way. We all love her. So. Well, thank you for tuning in to our Community HOPEcast. Again, my name is Tree. We have
Cô Hảo.
And Christina.
We're signing off. Thank you so much for
Thank
listening.
you.
And
See you
See you
next
next
time.
time.
Don't forget
Okay.
to follow us
Yeah.
on Spotify, and YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at Give Us Hope OC.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See
Bye.
you. Okay, bye.